Archangel Michael says what you have just done moved heaven in a way you may not fully understand yet. God saw it, and because of that quiet act, a miracle has already been released toward your life. My child, my beloved, heaven has been watching closely, and God has been waiting for the exact moment to answer you. Today, something you did created a shift in the unseen realm. It may have looked small to the world, and perhaps no one around you even noticed it. But heaven saw the weight of it. That single act sent a ripple through the spiritual realm, and the impact was far greater than you realize. It was so powerful that angels stepped forward in awe, and Archangel Michael himself stood watching with reverence. My dear child, you have shaken heaven, and the miracle you believed was still far away is already moving quickly toward you. What you thought was delayed has now been released. Before you continue, listen carefully. This is not a moment to treat lightly, and this is not an ordinary message passing before your eyes. This is divine confirmation that God has seen your heart, your sacrifice, and every silent battle you carried without applause. He has heard the prayers you whispered when no one else was listening. He has seen the tears you held back, the kindness you gave, and the strength it took for you to keep going. Now, He has decided to answer you in a way that will leave your spirit stunned. My child, my beloved, before you go any further, I must speak this clearly. God is moving through this very moment to reach you. Do not dismiss this as coincidence, because there is sacred instruction hidden inside what you are reading now. Pause and open your heart. Treat this message as holy, because what comes next can change the way you understand everything that has been happening around you. A reward is already moving toward you, but you must not block it with disbelief, fear, or the expectation of disappointment. So breathe deeply and let your soul become still. If your spirit is ready to receive the next word, stay with this message until the end. This message was sealed in heaven, but it has been delivered to the ones whose hearts were chosen to recognize it. You are not here by accident. God has chosen this moment to pour a miracle into your life, and you must not miss the guidance hidden between these lines. Stay connected to this divine message, because your next blessing is tied to your next act of faith. My child, my beloved, what you did may have seemed small in the eyes of the world, but it was enormous in the eyes of God. Heaven measured your heart, not the size of the action. And because your heart was seen, the miracle has already begun moving toward you. You were kind when no one was watching, and you were honest when you could have hidden. You forgave when you had every reason to stay bitter, and you believed when all the signs were telling you to give up. All of this was seen, and God said, "That one, that's all. I'm sending an answer now." The miracle that has been delayed is no longer waiting, and the miracle that was paused is now unlocked. There are angels already standing around you, guarding a spiritual gift that bears your name. But listen closely, because this is important. If you walk away from this message now, the confirmation you've been praying for will remain hidden. Heaven is trying to reach you one last time, and you're holding the divine pen that signs the agreement. My child, my beloved, you may have felt like giving up this past week, and there were moments you didn't even want to speak. You've carried a pain that no one else can see. You've cried silently, wiped your own tears, and kept smiling so no one would worry. But God noticed. Heaven kept the record. And what you did with a pure heart echoed like thunder in the courts above. Your name was whispered by angels, and now something is shifting. The financial release, a healing shift, a reunion you never expected, and a message that will come in a strange way will confirm everything you're reading now. Archangel Michael is standing beside you. He is commanding that all opposition be removed, declaring that every force that tried to delay your joy is now being overthrown by divine fire, and the next 3 days are not ordinary. They are sacred. My child, my beloved, in exactly 24 hours, something will happen, and you will notice the sign. It may be in the form of a message, a call, a number, or a sudden feeling of peace, but it will be God confirming this moment. When it happens, you must not doubt it. Your miracle will not come the way you expect, but it will be exactly what you need. Archangel Michael has seen the warfare around you, and he knows how long you've waited. Now he is holding a scroll that carries your name, your date, and your promise. The only thing heaven requires now is your willingness to believe. God says, don't go looking back. Don't go searching for evidence, and don't go second-guessing what has already been written in the Spirit. What you just did was so powerful that it reversed something the enemy had planned. A cancellation has been made in hell, and a deliver has been confirmed in heaven. My child, my beloved, this is the moment to silence all noise. Don't let anyone distract you right now, because you have to hear this clearly. There is a person you haven't seen in a long time who has been praying for you without telling you. Their prayer is about to collide with your breakthrough. What you're about to walk into is bigger than anything you've ever imagined, but it's delicate. If you doubt it, it may delay, and if you speak too soon, it may pause. But if you honor this moment with sacred silence, divine favor will surround you in the next 72 hours. I don't say this lightly. This is the kind of moment that people wait a lifetime for. But you've already triggered it, and it's already moving toward you. God is just asking for one more step from you. Stay with this message. Don't close your eyes now. Don't scroll away, and don't silence this voice. You are standing at the door of something irreversible, my child, my beloved. There's a shift in the air right now, and the moment you started reading this, something started changing in the spirit realm. What was stuck began to move, and what was heavy began to lift. That headache you've had, that pressure on your chest, and that confusion you couldn't explain, all of it is part of a spiritual resistance that is now being broken down. You don't need to chase anything anymore, because it is coming toward you. The right person, the right door, and the right moment are all aligning because your faith just whispered something that heaven couldn't ignore. And Michael, yes, I, your archangel, have been released to go before you. I am here to war for you and to protect what belongs to you. No enemy can stand in the path now, and no delay can hold you back anymore. But I must warn you, this moment is sensitive. Speak less, pray more, trust with your whole heart, and walk gently. Because God is writing something that will unfold in a divine sequence, and you must be present for every step. My child, my beloved, what was meant for evil will now turn for your good. I saw the plans they made behind your back. I saw the manipulation, the gossip, and the schemes. And I tell you this in truth, none of it succeeded. God turned every fiery arrow into a stepping stone. You've been walking over traps without knowing it because angels were clearing the path ahead, that argument you avoided, that connection that broke unexpectedly, and that rejection you didn't understand. It was protection. And what you thought was a loss is going to reappear as a divine gain, but you won't need them anymore, for the approval you begged for is now irrelevant, because God is releasing a new circle, a divine covenant, and a moment of elevation. You are going higher, and you won't come down. My child, my beloved, you've been through tests that others would have collapsed under. You held on when no one understood. And now, finally, I bring you the message that your spirit has been waiting to hear. The battle is over, and the breakthrough is confirmed. Within the next 72 hours, God will reveal one clear, visible sign that proves this message was not made up. A number, a name, or a sound. You'll know it when it comes. But I must ask this again. Stay in the posture of belief. Stay connected to this message until the end, because the reward is already in motion. You just have to stay aligned with it. The voice of doubt will whisper, and the enemy will try to shake your confidence. But you will smile this time, because you'll know the truth. God is not punishing you. He's preparing to promote you. My child, my beloved, that unexpected kindness you showed, it counted. That prayer you whispered when you didn't think anyone was listening, it was heard. That moment when you helped someone and received nothing in return, it was recorded. Heaven operates on a divine economy where nothing good is ever lost. And I'm here to tell you that what you did quietly is now being rewarded publicly. But listen carefully. This miracle is unlike any you've seen before. It comes quietly. It comes with peace. And it doesn't come with chaos or confusion. When it appears, it will feel like coming home. You won't need to chase it. It will recognize you, and it will come to you, because your name is already written on it, my child, my beloved. Don't tell everyone, because this miracle is not for public opinion. It is a sacred gift from God to you, and only those with the eyes of faith will understand. There are some who smile in your face but secretly question your light. Don't let their doubt become your delay. This is between you and heaven. Archangel Michael has been instructed to shield you from every jealous glance and every fake blessing. You are being hidden in plain sight so that you will not be touched before your appointed moment. When the door opens, it will not require you to beg, plead, or prove. It will be an invitation by grace, a yes that was already decided. It is a confirmation that your name is on the miracle, and no one else can take it, my child, my beloved. You may be wondering why it took this long, why so many nights passed without answers, and why so many prayers felt like they disappeared into silence. But the truth is, while you were waiting, heaven was weaving. God was aligning people, timing, geography, and even weather patterns, so that when your miracle arrives, it does not arrive in pieces, but in perfection. Had it come earlier, it would not have lasted. Had it come through the wrong person, it would have harmed more than helped. But now, God has ensured that when it comes, it will settle perfectly. You won't have to fight for it. You'll just need to say thank you. You'll know it's yours because peace will flood your soul. And Michael will be there standing beside you, whispering, "This is it, beloved. This is what shook heaven. My child, my beloved, there is something I need to tell you before the hour passes. Heaven is watching how you respond right now, not out of judgment, but because this very moment is part of the test. You may think it's just a message, just another moment, but in the spiritual realm, it is a doorway. A spiritual transaction is happening even now as you read this. For you were led here by divine timing. Every word has been sealed with holy fire, and every syllable is part of God's whisper over your life. You must not take this lightly. You must not delay. You must not walk away from this message until you've received what heaven is trying to deliver through it. Because I, Archangel Michael, have been ordered to give you this, a scroll that contains your name and a phrase that the heavens thundered just minutes ago. The reward has already left heaven. And child, it's heading your way. My child, my beloved, do you feel that pull in your spirit? That's not anxiety. That's alignment. You've been feeling something change in the atmosphere and couldn't explain it. Your sleep has been shifting, and your emotions have been unpredictable. You've had moments of silence where words didn't feel enough, and now you know why. God has been preparing your soul to receive what has been kept from you. This is not just a blessing for today. It is a restoration for the seasons you lost. It is for the years that were stolen and the tears that fell too quickly. What's coming is not compensation. It is divine reversal. God is not just giving back what was taken. He's multiplying it. But for that to manifest, you have to stay spiritually awake. You must remain in the posture of trust. Doubt will try to crawl back in, and fear will whisper. But you've already stepped beyond the veil. Keep going. The miracle is moments away. My child, my beloved, there is something sacred about your heart that God honors. Even when you've been broken, even when you've been tired, and even when you failed, still you chose light. Still you whispered prayers, and still you offered help to others. Do you know how rare that is? In a world drowning in selfishness, your love rose like incense, and heaven noticed. That's why your name is written on a scroll I carry right now. Yes, right now. As I speak these words, your name glows with divine energy, and around it are written 3 sacred words. It is time. Time for the promise, time for the shift, and time for the silence to break. You are not being overlooked. You are being positioned. And what you once begged for in prayer will now come to you without struggle. This is the moment your destiny takes its rightful place in your life. My child, my beloved, something will happen tonight. A dream, a sign, or a moment that seems random, but it will carry deep meaning. Do not ignore what your spirit is noticing. God is speaking through unusual signs right now, because what is coming toward you is not ordinary. It will not always make sense to the mind, because it is supernatural. And supernatural movement requires a deeper kind of faith. You may not be able to explain what you feel to everyone around you. You may even feel alone in your belief, but you are not alone. I am standing beside you, and legions of angels have been assigned to your name, your bloodline, and the future heaven has written for you. You were not born to disappear into the background. You were born to shift the story, to interrupt old cycles, and to carry light where darkness once claimed control. The blessing coming now is not only for you. It is for every life that will be touched by the overflow God releases through you. That is why the delay was necessary. That is why the struggle had to shape you before the promise could arrive. What you carry now is pure, refined by fire, and no longer breakable by the things that once wounded you. My child, my beloved, let me reveal a secret from heaven that was hidden until this moment. There was someone who once had the position to help you, but they chose not to. Their silence slowed what should have moved sooner, and their fear or hesitation left you wondering if you were not enough. But what you did not know is that heaven had already rerouted the entire plan for your life. God declared that no man and no woman would ever have the final power to block what he had written. So the blessing that once seemed connected to them is now coming through another source. And this new source is higher, safer, cleaner, and divinely arranged. When the opportunity appears, take it with faith. Do not hesitate, and do not ask whether you deserve it, because you do. You were prepared for this long before you understood what was happening. You were born for what is now being placed before you. Nothing can stop what has already been approved by the hand of God. My child, my beloved, there is a reason you have been feeling emotional without explanation. There is a reason your soul has been aching even when your face was smiling. Your spirit already knows that one season is closing and another is being born. You are stepping out of survival and into divine arrival. No more begging for what heaven has already assigned to you. No more chasing what is meant to recognize your name. What belongs to you will now begin coming with less resistance. The right doors will open, the right people will respond, and the right timing will become clear. You are entering a season where heaven brings what your hands could not force. Your energy will no longer be wasted on people who cannot see your worth. The wrong people will fall away, not because you push them, but because they can no longer access the frequency you now carry. You are vibrating at heaven's level. That's why some things have felt distant. And that's why certain situations suddenly became uncomfortable. It's not punishment, it's positioning. Because the miracle that's on the way must land in a space of purity. And God is making sure you're ready. My child, my beloved, there is a scroll in heaven that carries your next instruction, and it has just been opened. I was present when your name was spoken again. The voice of God was not angry. It was filled with fire, but it was pure love. It was mercy. It was intention. And that voice said, "Now is the time." Those 4 words broke chains. They reversed delays, and they scattered enemies that were hiding in your path. The spiritual warfare you've been facing wasn't random. It was a last attempt to stop you from getting what is yours. But now that you're here, I want you to hear this clearly. You're already on the other side. You didn't even realize it yet. The battle has already been won, but your awareness is catching up to the victory that has already been established. There is nothing else you need to fight for. You simply need to walk forward, and every step you take from here will be met with signs, alignment, confirmation, and joy. My child, my beloved, let me speak to that part of your heart, to the part that still wonders if you're worthy, or if you are too late or too far gone to receive the kind of blessing heaven talks about. I need you to let that voice fall silent now, because God does not reward perfection. God rewards faith, and your faith, even when it's been fragile, has been fierce in heaven's eyes. You kept showing up when life was heavy. You kept trusting when logic made no sense. You deserve what's coming, not because of your works, but because you never let go of your belief. You kept praying when the answers didn't come. You kept loving when you had every reason to turn cold. And now the door is opening. Not just any door, but a divine door. One that no man can shut, and one that was carved specifically for your name. And I promise you this, when you walk through it, you will look back and understand why every tear had purpose. My child, my beloved, the miracle is closer than you think. Right now, something is being aligned in a conversation you are not even part of. Someone is thinking of your name. Someone is looking at your photo, and someone is about to speak something about you that will send a wave of favor in your direction. God is moving behind the curtain, and while you won't see all the steps, soon the final act will appear. It will be your moment to rise. I tell you again, the delay is over, and the quiet season is over. You are no longer wandering. You are arriving. Prepare yourself emotionally, and prepare yourself spiritually, because your environment is about to change. The room will shift, and the invitation will arrive. You will no longer be on the outside looking in. You will be in the center of God's divine release. And when it happens, it will happen suddenly. This is not a slow miracle. It is already in motion and on the way. My child, my beloved, there is something sacred about your name. Heaven speaks it differently. The way your soul carries light, and the way your spirit still hopes in the dark. It is all deeply known in heaven. You are not invisible, and you are not forgotten. You are seen, celebrated, and sealed with divine favor. Even when the world turned away, heaven stayed close. And now the closeness of heaven is about to manifest in ways that will shock you. I see paperwork being signed in your favor. I see messages coming that carry answers. I see a person returning, but with a new heart and a new voice. You may not trust it yet, but wait, and let God show you what transformation looks like. For now, your only task is to stay grounded in truth. Don't let anxiety shake you, and don't let fear pull you out. What's coming is too important to lose to panic. You are ready, the miracle is ready, and I am still standing beside you. I am guarding the space around your promise. My child, my beloved, if you've been feeling like something is about to happen, you're right. That feeling is not random. It is spiritual. It's your soul responding to what heaven has already released. God has been whispering to your spirit in dreams and in flashes of insight. This is not just another year. This is the turning point. The axis of your life is shifting, and everything that was tangled is about to untie itself. You will wake up one morning and know that the pressure has lifted. You will walk into a room and realize the atmosphere has changed, and when you do, you will remember this moment. You will remember that this message came not from man, but from heaven itself. And you'll say, "This was the word that carried me to the other side." My child, my beloved, there is something else I must tell you, and it cannot wait. What you're stepping into is not just a season. It's a new dimension. That's why old patterns are breaking apart. That's why people you thought were permanent are slipping away. That's why you're being asked to move differently, think differently, and trust beyond your understanding. Because this miracle that's coming to you isn't something you can earn. It's something you were born to carry. You are being repositioned, not rejected, and not abandoned. You are just quietly moved into the place where heaven can release its full measure. You are moving into the place where what has your name written on it can be released. It's not supposed to make sense to everyone, and the calling on your life is not up for debate. This time, God is making sure you arrive without delay. You're not too late, you're right on time, and the evidence will begin to unfold in the next few days, like puzzle pieces finally fitting into place. My child, my beloved, you have no idea how close you are. And I say this with urgency. Don't give up now. Don't allow your mind to sabotage what your spirit already knows. Your breakthrough is not coming next year, and it's not coming someday. It's already moving, already unlocked, and already on the way to your doorstep. There are angels currently assigned to deliver what was once blocked. And part of that blessing is not just external, it is internal. You're about to feel lighter and clearer. The fog is lifting and the confusion is fading. A strange peace is going to rest on your mind, and that peace is your confirmation. Don't wait for applause, and don't wait for people to agree. This part of your journey is about sacred silence and bold obedience. Walk forward, for you're not walking alone. Archangel Michael is guarding the gate, and nothing sent against you will prosper. My child, my beloved, I must remind you of something you forgot in your pain. Your prayers didn't vanish. They were stored. Every whisper, every tear, and every silent scream was collected by angels and laid at the altar of the Most High. And now that altar is responding, and the wind is changing direction. You will no longer chase what is already yours. You will no longer try to earn the love you were born worthy of. Your identity is not in what you've lost. It is in what you've survived, and you have survived so much. The enemy tried to take your voice, your clarity, and your fire. But you're still here, still reading and still open. That is the sign that your miracle is close. When a soul is ready, the portal opens, and yours is opening now. Not tomorrow, not someday. My child, my beloved, there is someone who has been sent to help you, but you must be prepared. They may not look the way you expect, and they may come from a different path, but their heart will recognize you, and their spirit will match your frequency. God is sending them not just to speak life into you, but to unlock doors that have been closed. This connection is divine, and it has been prepared. When it arrives, you will know by the stillness in your soul. There will be no anxiety, no fear, just pure knowing. And it will be quick. Don't resist it because of past pain, and don't measure it by old wounds. Let God show you that He can send people who truly see you. People who speak to the version of you that heaven sees, not the broken parts, but the anointed. You are not meant to walk alone anymore. Help is on the way, and so is healing. My child, my beloved, I know what they did hurt you. I know the betrayal almost broke you. I know the silence of people who said they loved you made you question everything. But I also know this: none of it destroyed you. And because of that, you are about to be rewarded in a way that others cannot understand. You could have become bitter, but you chose better. You could have sought revenge, but you chose release. And now heaven has authorized your vindication, and you won't need to explain your side. God is about to reveal your heart through your eyes. The people who doubted you will witness your elevation, not as a form of punishment, but as a revelation. Because when God lifts you, no one can deny it. And child, You are being lifted now. My child, my beloved, you were never the problem. You were the light in a place that could not handle your glow, and you didn't stop shining. Even in your lowest moments, you had a fire that refused to die. That's why I've come today with this message. Because that fire didn't just catch heaven's attention. It activated something, a portal, a release, and a profound shift in the supernatural. You are not who you used to be. You've crossed over into a new identity. And from this moment forward, the old limitations are falling away. Financial lack is broken, generational pain is cut off, and spiritual confusion is cleared. What you did in faith, even when you were exhausted, just moved the entire realm around you. And the blessing that's about to knock on your door is the evidence. You didn't miss your moment. You created it, my child, my beloved. Let me whisper this into your soul. Your next miracle will not require a fight. You fought enough, you've prayed through tears, and you stayed awake wondering if anything would ever change. And now heaven has declared that this miracle will be given, not earned. It will arrive with ease, not anxiety, and God is removing the need to chase. The weight you've carried is being lifted. There is a new grace falling on you right now. Even as you breathe and even as you read, you're being washed in holy peace. It is no longer a future hope. It's being planted in your present moment. Let go of the need to figure it all out. And let go of the timeline you thought was ruined. You're not behind, you're not off track, and you're exactly where heaven needs you. Heaven needs you. Because the divine reward doesn't follow logic. It follows obedience more than you know. My child, my beloved, someone who once dismissed you is about to hear your name again. But this time they'll speak it with awe, because your story is about to shift so dramatically. Even those who once mocked you will fall silent. There's no revenge in this, only revelation. God is about to show the world what He hid in you. They saw the surface, but they missed the anointing. They saw the struggle, but they missed the strength. But now the unveiling begins. God is tearing off the cover and revealing your light for what it truly is. This isn't about impressing people. It's about fulfilling prophecy. A word was spoken over your life before you were even born, and that word has been waiting for this exact moment to manifest. You're not forgotten. You are fulfilled, and I, Archangel Michael, have been standing guard over this moment for a very long time. My child, my beloved, stop apologizing for the fact that heaven chose you. Stop making yourself smaller so others can feel more comfortable around your light. You were never created to dim what God placed inside you, just to keep peace with people who are afraid of becoming more. Heaven has already approved your expansion. That is why the discomfort around you has been increasing lately, because your old environment can no longer carry the weight of who you are becoming. You are beginning to overflow, and anything built to contain the smaller version of you will no longer be able to hold you. Whatever tries to keep you small will begin to fall away. Not because you are cruel, prideful, or unloving, but because you can no longer fit in the places where you once forced yourself to settle. You will not continue accepting what your healed spirit now knows was never aligned with your peace. So walk with protection and move in silence. Keep your circle sacred, and do not give everyone access to what heaven is still forming inside your life. Do not post every detail, and do not announce the blessing before it has fully taken root. Let the miracle grow in the hidden place until God says, "Now." Let it strengthen quietly where no jealous eye can touch it, and no doubtful voice can weaken it. And when the appointed time comes, the unveiling will be so clear that no one will be able to deny the hand of God upon you. My child, my beloved, I can feel the question rising inside your spirit. You are asking, when will it happen? And I give you this holy answer. It is already happening. The shift is not merely on the way. It has already begun. The full picture may not be visible yet, but the movement in the Spirit is unstoppable now. Heaven has already started arranging what your eyes have not yet seen. Your name is already being spoken in rooms you have not entered. Your spirit has already walked through doors your body has not reached yet. That is why everything has felt so intense lately, because the spiritual realm has moved ahead of the natural world. Your body, your mind, and your emotions are only now catching up to the breakthrough that has already been released. So do not worry if you cannot see every detail yet. You are not late, my child. You are being positioned early. That is why this message has reached you now. Heaven is steadying your heart so you do not cancel your miracle by agreeing with fear. Stay anchored, stay expectant, and refuse to let doubt become louder than the promise. You are going to be surprised by how quickly everything begins to shift. What felt slow will suddenly move, and what felt distant will begin coming closer. And when it happens, do not say you were not warned. Simply lift your heart and say, "Thank you."